It's me. Again. Just me. In the only way I know how to be. Just me. This guy. Me. Truthfully. When I was in grad school studying acting, we were told that acting is behaving truthfully under given circumstances. But what is behaving truthfully? What is truth? Is truth real? Now, I'm not here to discuss that. I'm not here to get into conspiracy theories or anything remotely close to what you might think I was about to go into. I want to talk about truth, or what I'm going to call a sort of super truth. And this applies to just about every form of art there is. Because ultimately, as artists, what we are trying to do is reach the truth in our art. Be that on stage, in front of a camera, in our music, or with our words, our paintings, our dance, whatever. We just want to get to the truth. And sometimes that's hard. Sometimes it's really easy. I want to talk to you about truth from the lens of an actor. Now, just understand that this, as I said, this does apply to writers and all other forms of art. But I have something unique that I want to talk about. And I am going to give away a little bit about the super secret project that I'm working on. I know. I promised that I wouldn't do that, but this kind of hit me really hard the other day. And I thought, I really need to talk about this. Okay. I was actually reading the book about the Big Bang Theory, the series. I have been reading that. And one of the things that struck me was they were talking about their auditions. And what I realized, this is something, a belief that I have held for a very long time. And this is not to disparage anybody or anything. This is just my own personal opinion. And so take it for what it's worth. One of the things that Hollywood does is cast people. They cast personalities. You cast Jack Nicholson to be Jack Nicholson. You don't cast Jack Nicholson to be a character. And I guess at some point you cast Jack Nicholson to be a caricature of Jack Nicholson. The theater is completely different. The theater, you cast people who can become other people. And that has been kind of the attraction to theater for so many people. I, for one. Because there is nothing like being able to become someone else and forget about you. So for a set period of time, I can be someone else. The kicker is, I have to behave truthfully under the given circumstances that someone else is experiencing. So what I have to do is, once I've created this character, I have to know this character in ways that you cannot imagine. I have to know it very deeply and profoundly so that I can behave truthfully. So that when someone else on stage gives me something or says something to me, when I react to them, when I respond to them, my response and my reaction are truth from the lens of that character that I have created. And every actor that ever sets foot on stage creates a very unique character for them to become, to stand behind, to hide behind, to be or not to be. Now, how does this relate to this super secret project that I'm doing? Okay. So, this super secret project, essentially I'm writing a script. I'm not going to tell you what kind of script. I'm not going to tell you what it's for, but I'm writing a script. And the main character in that script is a writer. And that writer is me. So I'm writing along, I'm writing. And every so often I need, as a writer is wont to do, I have to hear the words that I've written aloud. This is where it kind of gets fun. So I will write a section and then I'll go back and I'll read it out loud. So in this thing that I'm writing, at this point, there are only 2 characters. So I'm reading along, and as I'm reading the other character, I feel comfortable. I feel like, okay, I'm bringing this to life. It works, blah, blah, blah. But when I'm reading the words that are written for me, I feel awkward. I feel like I'm not sure about this. I'm not sure what I'm doing. I don't know if what I'm saying works. I don't know if it sounds good. I don't know if it's truthful. And then I stop and I go, wait a second. This is you. These words are literally you. That you wrote them. They are written for a character that is you. In other words, I wrote these for me to speak as me. And it's one of the hardest things I've ever done. Not the writing part. The writing part's actually really quite easy. It's the acting of it. Because there's nothing for me to hide behind. There's no persona to put on. There's no mask to wear. It's just me. So I have to take away that mask that I usually wear when I'm on stage. And I just have to be me. And it's vulnerable. And it's vulnerable on a level that you rarely experience on stage. And it's truth. But it's more than just truth. It's a super truth. And it is hard. It is indescribably hard. Because as the words are coming out of my mouth, the first thing I think of is that sounded terrible. And then I thought, wait a minute, no, that's me. I'm saying the words as me. And then I start thinking about it, which is an actor's worst nightmare. I get in my own head. And then all of a sudden it's like, wait a minute. Who is me? What am I? Who am I? What's going on here? Can I be just me? Can I peel away this onion of facade and just be me? I don't know. And so what I have to do is I have to just let go of all the pretense and say, okay, just speak the words. And that, I was out for a run earlier today, and I thought, here's the thing about that. We live in our own heads. We hear ourselves speak all the time, all day. Every week, we live within our skin. And after doing it for so long, you start to think, well, I'm just kind of boring. I'm just me. And as an actor, a stage actor, I want to wear a different skin. I want to become someone else. So I don't have to be me. So I can create something interesting and unique, forgetting that I am interesting and unique. Because I don't have to, I'm not in the audience watching and listening for the first time. I'm not listening to this person that could be a stranger or could be a friend or whatever. I'm in my own head, hearing myself saying things that I've thought or said in ways that I've said for years. And to me, that's boring. And I have to go, no, it's not boring. It's just you. And you are unique. There's only one of you. Now, I could get on stage and I could play a character, and I could play a character in the same way that other actors have played that character. But in this case, I go on stage and I just be me. I don't have to put on a character. I just have to be me and hope that when the person I'm acting with says something, that I respond truthfully as me. And there should be nothing easier than responding truthfully as yourself. But We're actors, so we make everything difficult. To the point where even just being ourselves is challenging. And of course, I thought about that again while I was out running, and I thought, but how does that apply to being a writer? And I thought, we, as different artists, tap into different energies. As a writer, I tap into different energy than I do as an actor. And this is something that I did think was that my writer self sounds far more intelligent than my normal self. My actor self comes across as far more dimensional as me. Or so I think. Of course, we know that's not true, but those are the things we tell ourselves, because we want our writer self to be more intelligent. We want our actor self to be more dimensional. But the truth is that we are unique. Every sentence I write, every paragraph I write, every chapter I write, every book I write is through the lens of me. It's through all of my experiences. As a writer, I am the sum total of everything that I have ever experienced. The same thing holds true as an actor. It's the sum total of everything. My truth is the sum total of me as a writer, as an actor, as a director, as a human. And I would challenge everyone out there to take a moment when dealing with your art, whatever that art may be, but to do it as you. To make your narrator you. Just as an exercise. Because, most writers want their narrator to be something other, something heightened, something more, something better, something more intelligent, something more eloquent. But just for once, just for a moment, allow that narrator to be you. Allow that character to be you. And trust in it. And know that that is truth. The thing that we artists all search for. And the reality of it is that it's all within us. Thank you so very much for spending a little bit of time with me in your very busy world. I greatly appreciate it. And I'm so happy to be able to stand here in front of a camera and impart something that may come off as wisdom. I don't know. But I'm just happy to be able to share with you my experiences through the life and the lens of being an artist. And if you enjoy this, please subscribe. You don't have to. I'm not trying to make any money off of this. If you did like it, share it with somebody. Share it with your fellow artists so that they too may learn something about themselves. Fingers crossed. And ultimately, I hope that you can explore your artistry in ways that you have never explored before, and that you, my dear friends, have a wonderful, wonderful day.